Yeah, I talked to the guys last night. You know, after I think we all found out that we didn't make the NCAA tournament, we were certainly a lot of emotion, a lot of disappointment, and I think the guys were pretty bummed out for sure. And so I did ask to speak to the guys. I spoke to Honest and Ray and Q and Ding, and just wanted to chat with them and just kind of get a sense of where they were. You know, say, where's your head? What do you guys want to do? Is it you don't want to play or you do want to play? And then let's kind of talk about it, which is normally my style, you know, hit things head on. So we had a pretty good discussion about it and just said, you know, I don't want you all to feel the pressure. I'm not going to rip anybody's arms off. We're not going to take scholarships away. This is something I want to hear where you guys are. And frankly, I want to make sure if you're going to be wearing that Louisville jersey that you're going to play hard. We're going to try to win this thing, that we're not just going to go out there and just show up. And I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to offend the guys when I say that, but I'm being sincere. You know, they got to have their head around on it, and it takes a lot for where they were and their expectations when they got here, and certainly showed up. I say when they originally got here, when they showed up this season, and things have changed. It didn't go according to plan, and we didn't have enough success to get in the NCAA, and they're pretty bummed about it along the way, but particularly right now.
If the players straight up said, "We don't want to do this," what would you do?
Yeah, well,
would you accept that?
Yeah, I think it's all I would say is let's talk about it both ways, which is what we did. You know, I sat down and said, how do you guys feel right now? Let's talk about you know, ramifications both ways, and if we did or didn't play. And one of the things we did talk about, you know, we're right here talking about the media, was would it bring even more national attention to the guys if we didn't play than if we did? We kind of went through you know, just all scenarios, but I really wanted to hear their voice as much as to hear them hear my voice and just kind of see what they were. It was a really you know, upsetting day for them, and I think that as the day was moving on, we probably were losing some of our confidence we were going to be in the tournament. But you know, so the other thing is frankly, these guys have been through a lot. I'm very proud of them, particularly, you know, these four are considered the leaders. David's been through a lot, and it was a time for me to not sit on my hands and really to coddle them a little bit and try to talk to them and see where their heads were.
What was your impression, Vince, after you talked to the four about their enthusiasm for playing and that sort of thing?
Oh, I think it's mixed. You know, it's hard to gauge them. I mean, especially at that point, right? I mean, they still had that glimmer of hope that they were going to be in the tournament. You know, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't have a slight glimmer of hope, even though I think the data and the you know, the method for choosing was leaning against us. But I think they're competitors at heart, but they're still kids. Even though I know they're adults, but they're still kids in that way. And it was hard to, you know, try to get a sense, and that's why I wanted to talk to them eye to eye. And so we sat down together.
Had they taken a vote not to play?
I don't know. I wasn't a part of any kind of vote. That's, you know, Rick, I've heard the same thing you have, but I didn't get into vote, who voted what or whatever. I just wanted to talk to them about the tournament and their thoughts on it.
So you could argue, you know, whether or not you should have made the field or not, but considering what your credentials were, and the fact that in the end it looks like you weren't really even close to getting in, do you sense there is a backlash out there against Louisville right now?
Gosh, it's hard to guess on that, Paul, whether it's a backlash or not. I mean, I just think we just didn't have enough success to get there. Honestly, I was surprised we weren't even in the first four out. You know, I'm clear on the methodology too. We needed to have more wins, and particularly in the quadrant run, as they look at it now. You know, in the old days, strength of schedule, RPI, those things mean a lot, but this thing's fluid, so it's hard to track every year as to what the new rules are going to be. But certainly surprised at the distance we had from getting in the tournament.
Would you say you persuaded the players to play, or they came around to that point of view?
No, I think I was clear. I told them there's no scholarships at risk, there's no arms being torn off. I just want to talk to you about where we are with this thing.
Well, what were the consequences if you pulled out, having committed?
Well, I think the consequence would have likely been something with the re-bracketing of the NIT is my guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Would there have been a financial penalty for the university, or?
I don't know that. You know, we obviously we had to have a document signed and sent in that as a commitment to play in the tournament, but I don't know any if there have been any financial penalties. There's probably financial penalties playing it. This is not an opportunity to make a lot of money, unless you guys know that. This is not about money.
If you guys get this win tomorrow, are you set to have another home game here? Can you work it in with all that's going on?
Yeah, I guess the one beauty of this is just that, is the NCAA women's tournament with the NIT are working closely together and trying to slot us in, so that if we did win, my expectation today is we win, we get another chance at a home game, and we'll certainly know tonight when the women will play, and then we try to slot it in between, and we've been working on that path, because, you know, you got practice times, and then question of, you know, the paint on the floor is gonna be different, right? You got a 3-point line, and the width of the free throw line will be different, so we're more